And good afternoon, folks. Warp103 bringing you guys another video. This time here we are talking about the t22 black market fail. Yes, this was a fail. So sit back, relax, and of course, enjoy the show.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly firestorm on you.
And thank you for viewing this video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the icon above, and then of course hitting the bell icon to get notifications when the next video drops. So here we go. All right, why do I call it a fail? Simple. This black market was basically trying to wash on, wash off the stigma attached to this one tank. This tank is the t22, and basically what happened was, because not a lot of people know what happened, basically this tank was put in the game for what is called rampage mode. Now this mode was again, basically it was battles for, you can basically rig matches. This is what this was. After let's read it. After gathering feedback and suggestions during the past months, we have come to the conclusion that rampage mode isn't meeting the community's expectation and still needs work. Meaning that people were cheating their butts off to get this tank. With your feedback in mind, the amount of time the mode is available, we are a decent amount of data to work on, and basically it hasn't. As a result, we've decided to remove the rampage battles from Warlord tanks in the next update. Even though it's being removed, rampage mode will basically let people still play it, such as respawning, multi-team battles, and everything else of that, but it didn't go over well. And the reward for that was, of course, the t22 medium. Now, it said the reason for this, the t22 medium will undergo rebalancing with the next update in order to make it more fitting for random battles and other modes. As of the next update, there will be no way for players to earn the t22 medium, and we have no plans to announce this tank's availability at this time. Given the rebalance, however, we may be able to bring this back in future events. Now, basically, like I said, what happened is, again, you can read it for yourself. People were cheating their absolute asses off. So Wargaming said, okay, we can't tell who's cheating, who's not, even though they had ample evidence to see who is cheating, who is not. They were like, well, since we don't know who's cheating, we're going to cancel the mode. Any progress you had going towards that mode, you don't get, if you didn't get in the top, F you. Anybody that has a tank now, even though we made it, our characteristics of it OP as hell, we're gonna hit that tank with the nerf bat because people cheated. Now, that wasn't enough. Most players that were playing the game and everything else, that basically, if you were on the team and that guy was on the team with you, it's like that. Either a couple of things would happen to that t22. It would either get because again, back at we still had friendly fire, it literally get blown up. Literally, the team would literally collectively turn and blow the tank off the face of the earth and send the player back to the garage. People that didn't shoot the tank, so that would literally block the tank, would make sure that they couldn't go anywhere and everything else of that. It was basically physics abuse to make sure that that player is not going to have a good time. That player was not going to be able to play that tank. So if you notice that you almost, actually, I haven't seen that tank on the battlefield in, me personally, what, 4 years is the last time I seen one of those on the battlefield. Again, I'm talking about me personally, with the amount of battles I had and seen. I'm talking about going through replays that I've watched and everything else of other people, watching people on Twitch. This tank wasn't seen anymore because, again, everybody know that we had this tank, with very, very, very few exceptions. You cheated to get the tank. Now, by reintroducing this tank, you will not be able to tell the people that cheated for the tank versus people that bought it for the black market. So that's Wargaming's little sprinkling way of saying, ooh, so you can't tell which one's which. You can't, the players that had the tank before that basically cheated their ass off, get to play it again. Excuse me. Get to play the tank again because there's no stigma attached to it. Because again, you can't say, well, I don't know if this guy got it then and cheated, or he just got it now and won in the black market. So unless a person, and that would be after the battle, you can go and see if the person had it for a while and everything else like that. So that's the way around it. Now, the other thing about it is the price. Now on NA, it went for 41 million credits. But the bidding for this tank, literally, you can check the NA forums. You had, again, even one CC had bid 100 million, and basically he put in there, well, I'm spending Wargaming's money, because he didn't care. Just for the show of force. And again, people were stupidly overpaying for this thing instead of. I've seen, again, and I know there's one comment of 100,000. I've seen it literally ranged. A lot of the ones that I've seen, it's like that were literally 58, 60,000, and then you had your outliers like that again that were the 80s, 90s, and 100,000. If there was, and again, there was quite a few of those, but there were few, but there were quite a few versus the majority, bid still high to get this tank. So, and the thing is, let's look at the stats for this thing. Garbage DPM. And again, I'm compared to the Object 430U and everything else. So that better shot velocity is something. So that aim time is better than the Object 430U, but versus the Object 140, no. 5 degrees of gun depression and everything else. So that again, tank stats for mobility for all the other ones are seemingly on the better side. There's a whole lot of green there and everything else like that. Armor wise, it's like that. There's a whole, again, the Object and the 430U has better armor. Now, this armor is trollish though, because if someone reverse side scrape, they can basically bait you into shooting, over and over the hole. But there's one thing, you can just shoot it straight through the gun mantlet. Because the gun mantlet is weak as F. I mean, literally, you can shoot it in the face and be done with it. So a lot of people are like, well, this tank is OP. No, it's not OP. It literally sucks compared to other Russian mediums. It's like, why are you bidding so high? Now again, don't get me wrong. I know the collectors are gonna be like, well, I'm a collector. Okay. If you're buying it for the status symbol and you're never really going to use a tank and everything else, that I can understand. Because again, it has this ludicrous V-shaped hull. But from the front, look, versus itself, it could get pinned by everything up front. Right? Gun mantlet. Jesus Christ. You got a little bounce angles if you hit something, but normally you can just pin straight in the face. So if this guy does like this though, he did reverse side screen, then look at look right here. Then it's like auto ricochet, absorb. Again, if you side scraping it correctly, it's like even if you over side scrape, and this is what they do majority of the time, over side scrape. So it can say, now again, I'm above it, so let me put it at the right angle. Yeah, yeah. But the problem is, you just shoot it in the face. Again, shoot right at the gun mantlet, let it pin it every time. But again, most people have been taught to, go for the lower plate, because this is a V-shaped hole. If he's reverse side scraping and you're in the side over here, you're going to be hitting this right here and be like, oh, you're going to be so disappointed because you're not going to know just to punch it in his face. If you punch it in the face, it dies. So did people overdo it to get this tank? Hell yes. People bid crazy to get this tank. for a tank that, again, it's V-shaped hull. It's literally just, you know, crazy angle, so that all you gotta do is just side straight, and it just eats thing. But why are people so interested in just throwing wargaming money for this tank? Now again, I get the collectors. I'm not talking about the collectors. Stop with, but I'm a collector. I got that you're a collector. I'm talking about the everyday, ordinary people that are spending all their coin, especially after spending most of their coin on the Quinlan, and got to whip out that credit card to have enough to buy this tank here. Because again, a lot of people use credit cards, or a lot of people sold all of their tier 9, tier 10 tanks, and some of their tier 8 tanks to get credits to get this one tank, feeling that it's going to be so good because they heard good things about it until they actually play it and gonna be sitting there hurting. Because again, I've already played the first night back from the streaming, you know, seeing this tank in the field and basically blasted it with tier 8 right to the face, and it dies in a horrible death. Because I know it's like that. I'm not going to aim for the tracks. F the tracks. You're not going to bait me into the fire in your tracks. No, I'm waiting till you come out and I'll punch you in the face. I'm going to wait till you basically come around that corner, slide that angle, and slide that, and it's like, oh, you think you can do something, and I'm just going to just annihilate you. This tank is not good. Please stop bidding crazily on tanks that are just not good. Again, I know it's clout. I know it's a status symbol saying, I got the tank. You don't. I don't care. It's just weird that people are just going all out for a tank that just ain't worth it. Now again, collectors, I gotta have all the tanks. It's like Pokemon, I gotta have them all. Those guys, I understand, they got the money, they can do what they want. Again, I'm not the mommy, I'm not your daddy. I'm just saying, please act responsibly when you're bidding on these tanks. Don't go wild and bid on stuff like this, because it's just, I mean, this one's already done in the books, and hopefully we'll never have tanks like this again, but you already know wargaming. Comrade. We had high bidders. We got a lot of the credits out the game. Yeah, comrade. People have to make premium time now. Comrade, that are in their battles or to get their tank back. This is what wargaming is thinking. This is what wargaming is thinking in their head. Hell, if I'm a businessman, that's what I would be thinking. Please bid responsibly. Again, I'm going to see a lot of these on the battlefield, and I'm not going to feel bad punching this tank in the face, because again, it's either a cheater or a person that didn't really know what they were buying, but they wanted that status symbol. Well, this status symbol will get you sent back to the garage very fast, because there's not a lot of skill for use out there. And even he said, God, I can do this in any other medium tank better. Well, it's Warp103 saying warp out, have fun. We'll catch you on the next one. Of course, if you hit that like, subscribe button, it always helps the channel out. But until then, we're out of here. Have fun.